writing, and arithmetic are necessary subjects, but at DeSoto County Schools, this is not enough. Instead, our goal is to teach students to think, analyze, and apply information. Why? We want our graduates to develop skills that will help them succeed in a global economy. And our methods are working. Many of our graduates have become today's leaders. One such leader is Dr. David Haraway, past president of Northwest Mississippi Community College. He is a graduate of the Olive Branch Schools in DeSoto County.
In high school, I had some great teachers. Ann Whitten was a great teacher. She taught English. Buddy Chain taught math, chemistry. He was a great teacher. I would like to go back to high school just because I loved it so much.
DeSoto County Schools is the state's largest public education system, with over 40 schools and more than 32,000 students. But being biggest is not the goal of this school system. Being the best is. Dr. Eddie Eldred is a family physician in Olive Branch. He credits much of his success to the accelerated programs and dedicated teachers at South Haven High School, which prepared him for college.
I believe that South Haven High School did give me opportunities to attend college and excel in college, mostly due to the fact that we did have accelerated programs in the high school, anatomy, physiology, physics, calculus, and all those things that I needed at Mississippi State when I attended.
High expectations are set for every DeSoto County school student. Dr. Joy Huggins, a dentist and a graduate of South Haven Schools, said her teachers inspired her at a young age.
I think Janet Huckabee was my teacher that had the most influence on me. She actually did not teach me an academic class. She was our yearbook sponsor, and we worked on a lot of tough deadlines, but she taught us how to work very hard, but also to have a good time while we were doing it.
DeSoto County School District works to help students think for themselves, take initiative, get along with others, and solve problems. One former Horn Lake High School student now solves problems for a Time Incorporated company.
I had a lot of great teachers when I was at Horn Lake. There are a few that stand out. I have to mention Mrs. Reed. She taught me for 4 years. So when I started in 9th grade, she was the accelerated English teacher. You know, I remember also Mr. Lee, who was the U.S. government teacher. And what I really remember also about his class were really the conversations that we would have, talking about, you know, politics and government. And there are so many teachers and your principals who really do want you to succeed and excel. You just have to show them that you're serious, you know, and they're gonna help you get there.
No student worked harder on and off the field than Horn Lake High School's Brandon Jackson. Brandon plays for the Green Bay Packers, the 2011 Super Bowl champions.
One teacher that had a great influence on my career, on and off the field, Lee Carwell. She was a great person to me. I remember the days to go over her house and study for the ACT. And a couple of coaches are Coach Larry Gann, David Wilkerson, and Craig Casey. If it wasn't for the teachers and the coaches, and without them, I feel like that I would not be playing professional football right now.
DeSoto County Schools encourages students to be self-motivated. Ricky Stenhouse, Jr., a graduate of DeSoto Central High School, is a NASCAR winner. He said his teachers helped him never lose sight of his dream to become a national champion.
I've been racing since I was 6 years old, but definitely school needed to be a priority, and so we would do homework on the road. We would study, you know, on the way back from the races, and I've used the education to my advantage with reading contracts and being able to present myself to sponsors in the right way and things like that. So having a great education has definitely helped that, and I'm just glad I got it from DeSoto County Schools.
Nathan McCollum is a corporate pilot for FedEx. He is a product of Hernando High School.
I do think I was ready for college life after I graduated high school. Focused primarily on college preparatory classes through high school, more advanced stuff, and the advanced placement English and things like that. So I do feel like I was prepared for college when I got there.
Aaron Carnahan is a 2009 graduate of DeSoto County Schools. He learned to never settle for less than excellence while at South Haven High.
The teacher at South Haven who had the greatest influence on my life and moving forward into college was probably my AP US history teacher, Tim Gardner. He was always motivational. He always knew just what to say to get us working harder than we thought we were going to. And he's the one that never stopped pushing me. He was kind of an extra father figure who never let me do anything less than my best. So he really pushed me towards excelling anywhere.
Charlie Reese, a graduate of Hernando's schools, is the principal of a Memphis City school and is a spiritual leader as pastor of Rising Sun Baptist Church.
I have always wanted to become a teacher. That was from first grade because of my first grade teacher, who I thought was the best teacher in the world. Her name was Rosie Millen. And when Miss Millen walked in the room, the world stopped.
John Grisham is perhaps DeSoto County Schools' best-known graduate. His books have sold more than 250 million copies. Grisham attended Horn Lake and South Haven schools, and he continues to stay in touch with an English teacher who helped him develop his craft, Miss McGuffey. Gary Parrish is a basketball columnist with CBS Sports and a successful program host on ESPN Radio in Memphis. Gary graduated from Horn Lake High, where he says he not only received a great education, but also learned some valuable life lessons.
In terms of teachers at Horn Lake High, there are two who really stand out. One was my baseball coach, Jim Ferguson, who's more recently been the principal at Horn Lake High, and then Miss Reed, who was my honors English teacher. One was obviously connected to sports, the other connected to really what started my writing career, which is what I get paid to do today. I don't know that Miss Reed would tell you I was the best writer in her class, but somewhere along the way she taught me how to put a sentence together, and it's benefited me really from that day forward. I remember one night in a game mouthing off to an official, and my principal at the time was Milton Kuykendall, who's now the superintendent of DeSoto County Schools, obviously, and I remember him calling me into the office the next morning, not to punish me or suspend me or anything like that, but just to talk to me and tell me that maybe I didn't portray myself in the best way possible. I learned a lot from that, and it's something that obviously, now that I'm somewhat of a public figure, that I have to remind myself of all the time.
DeSoto County School District's teachers know they only get one chance to inspire greatness. They work to prepare our students for a future that no one can possibly predict. Year after year, they nurture that chance. They plant seeds of opportunity to help each of our students grow and develop into productive citizens who are making the grade.